Hi, I'm Tim, and welcome to WatchYouWant.com. Thanks for logging on. I'm actually really excited about this watch. Now, I know you're saying, Tim, this is a fairly formal stainless steel 38mm three-hand jump date dress watch. It's a small Blancpain. It's 10 millimeters thick. I want to see an Hublot. I want to see an Omega Seamaster. I want to see something outrageous. Well, you know what? All of those watches, from the mind of none other than Jean-Claude Biver, Mr. Showman, Mr. Hype, Mr. Publicity, Mr. Brand Ambassador, and one of the men of modern times in the watch industry, he got his start as a manufacturer captain with the resurrection of Blancpain in 1983. Along with his business partner, who owned the Frederic Piguet manufacturer, a movement constructor, Biver actually purchased the entire Blancpain brand, all of its history, machinery, all of its intellectual property and designs, for something like 22,000 Swiss francs at auction. He went on to sell it for something like 60 million francs to the Swatch Group in 1992, and in the course of doing so, that span of 9 years, he established the company as a manufacturer of horlogerie, as they say, finely finished watches, beautifully finished movements. Along with Jean-Jacques Piguet and his manufacture, Blancpain gained a reputation second to none for fine finish, high-end watchmaking, traditional watchmaking craft, and traditional shapes. And today, as we experience a sort of renaissance of the three-hand men's dress watch in the classical style, Blancpains are coming back into fashion. The classical Blancpain. And right here what you have is that Leman Ultra Slim Automatic. Now inside is a 1100 series FPGA movement, beautifully finished, every inch the equal of the likes of Audemars Piguet, Vacheron Constantin, even Patek Philippe in some cases. FPGA did not cut corners, and you can actually order a display case back from Blancpain today for these watches. They will still supply them for the 38 millimeters, and they will allow you to see through the sapphire everything in there, the découverture of the screw countersinks, the beveling of the bridges, the perlage of the plates, the graining of the wheels and levers, the polishing, the black polish that reflects light in only one direction but appears black from every other angle. And it is fine watchmaking. Back when fine meant a long power reserve, back when fine meant high precision, back when fine meant extensive use of shock protection, fully jeweled movements. This is a 100-hour power reserve. So you can wind this watch up on Monday, wear it all week. It's automatic, so it keeps topping itself off. You can take it off for a 3-4 day weekend. Come back to it, it's still going when you pick it back up. So this is not just a perfect watch for those who are getting on the revival, I would say vanguard, the revival vanguard of men's traditional watch styles. This is a great watch for someone who already has a rotation of watches, and if he doesn't have a giant watch winder, certainly expects that when he puts a watch down, it'll be ready to go without resetting the time, resetting the date. This is a great watch to take its turn. I don't know if this would be your only watch in the modern sense. A lot of people like to have a sports watch, a dress watch, a chronograph, or a complication, and I understand that. So this is really the perfect watch to add to a collection. A connoisseur who understands the history of FPGA, who understands the history of Blancpain, and appreciates the irony of a traditional fashion, traditionally sized watch with stepped bezel, full Arabic numerals, coming from a man like Biver, who's known for watches that are big, bigger, and biggest. So there is that little irony factor there, but to this day Blancpain commands respect among true connoisseurs because of what it represented in the mid-century and what it came to represent again during the 1980s and the 90s, really on the vanguard of the revival of traditional mechanical watchmaking. Now, it's more of a coincidence than anything else that Blancpain never built a quartz watch, they often say. Well, they were bankrupt when most quartz watches were being built by the Swiss in the late 70s, but still, you can't argue with their logic. They never jumped on the quartz bandwagon, and when they restarted with an exclusive focus on mechanical watches. As has happened so many times in the past 30 years, Jean-Claude Biver was right. Blancpain continues to basically barrel along as one of the best regarded high horology houses. They just opened up a new boutique in New York. If you take this watch there, request the sapphire display case back, they'll hook you up and upgrade you to the next level with this watch. But this watch is available from WatchYouWant.com with all of the accessories had you purchased it in a Blancpain authorized dealer or boutique back in the day. There's really no trade-off here. You're getting a watch in stainless steel, beautifully finished, excellent running condition, with every accessory you would have received from the manufacturer. You can wear it as is, or you can go with the factory upgrades. It's on a Blancpain original strap, so it's true to history. This is accurate to the time of retail. The watch is a fashion that was popular in the mid-century, the 50s, the 60s, early 70s. Once watches started getting oversized and overwrought in the 70s and 80s, Blancpain was mercifully spared by the fact that they weren't in business, restarted the right way, along with Rolex, along with Omega in the early 90s, along with a lot of the high horology houses. Blancpain and watches just like this Leman Ultra Slim Automatic were responsible for getting us to where we are in today's luxury watch market. So, this Blancpain Leman Ultra Slim Automatic, 38 millimeters in diameter, 100-hour power reserve, only 10 millimeters thick, traditional watchmaking at its best, is available at watchyouwant.com. Check out this Blancpain Leman Ultra Slim Automatic and our entire selection of quality luxury watches online. We just may have the watch you want.